guys, it's Jen, Not a Real Farm. So what you're looking at in front of me right now is 2 sweet potatoes that I picked up from the store. And one of the things that I wanted to try was if I did pick up some sweet potatoes from the store, never mind my own, if they would sprout. So what I'm doing right now is these are 2 sweet potatoes I got from the store. I put them in 2 jars of water. The jars of water come right up to the shoulder of the jars. And basically what I've done is I put them under the cupboard and left them alone for 5 days. So today really was just an experiment to see if they would root, and I can't really tell until I lift them out of the water. Now I've done this 2 ways. When I planted my sweet potatoes last year, I planted organic sweet potatoes, one in water, and I did a secondary one in the dirt. Now, the one in the water grew slower than the one in the dirt, but because it was just an experiment, I only took 1 sweet potato and used all the slips from that. So 1 sweet potato last year, about this size, gave me 50 slips. And that was pretty much, if you take a look at my sweet potato video that we have from the summer, that was pretty much, all that my bin could take. It couldn't take any more slips because I got over, I'm gonna say probably like 50, 60 pounds of potatoes. And still, even after the video stopped, I was still harvesting sweet potatoes actually for a couple of days because they grew all the way down to the floor. So, and that was only off 1 potato. So what I want to do is I want to quickly take a look and see if they've actually sprouted any roots in the last 5 days. I've kept them in the dark. I haven't exposed them to light just to see if they'd grow any faster. Now, there are a lot of people that will say that to sprout in the dirt is better or to sprout in water is better. There's sort of a divide on it. I say whatever works for you, you go ahead and you do it. And if it works, if you find that it works for water, where the roots come out in the water, you do it. If you find that dirt is better for you, then you do it. Because at this point, what you're trying to do is you're just trying to create potato slips as best you can so that you can put them out as soon as you can in the summer. So let's take a look. All right, let's see. Oh, yep. So after 5 days, you can see here that we do have a little bit of roots starting. They're not very big, and I think I only see about 2 on this potato. So 2 roots, so that's not too bad. Now the last time I did sweet potatoes, they were in the closet for months growing these sweet potato slips. So let's see if the other one has any. Oh yeah, okay. So this one, and I do see one more coming out, but this one is now starting to show some roots. So you see that little root there? So pretty soon what will happen if I leave this long enough is it will just grow slips out of the side of the potato. And then from there, you can obviously just break those off and put them in their own jar of water to keep the roots going. The reason why I wanted to show you this today is because we somehow sometimes follow a narrative that everything that we have to eat is absolutely organic. It has to come absolutely from somewhere where it's organic. And I do agree with that to an extent. However, I think that sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures in terms of growing. So if you're having a hard time accessing sweet potato slips and you'd like to give it a try, or any kind of seed you're having problems accessing, why not try and sprout them? Try and see if some of the potatoes or maybe your pepper seeds will sprout from the store. Now, yes, I know that a lot of the times what happens is when you get them in the store, they are sprayed, and that is true. However, if you're able to get a hold of some that do sprout, then why not give it a chance in the garden? You probably get, off of 1 potato, like I said, I left it for 90 days. And for 90 days, I just kept breaking off sprouts, the slips off of the potato. And basically I got 50 slips, like I said, off of 1 potato. So if you're in a situation where you're not able to save your own organic sweet potato slips, or like I said, you're having a hard time coming by a certain seed like peppers, why not cut it open and see if it sprouts? I think that we've put ourselves in this situation where we always have to make sure of the source and where it comes from, and I do agree with that. But like I said, if it was a situation where it came down where I had to feed my family, I would definitely be trying to sprout any kind of leftover vegetables that I had in a jar, in a bucket, something, so that I always had food on the go. And then going forward, what you can do is make sure that you always have a sweet potato handy that you've now grown in your own garden, and now that's your potato that you can keep the slips going. Now it's the end of January. I am starting the slips. It took me about 5 months to grow as much potatoes as I did the last time. And of course, in the north, we only have about 2.5 months of really good growing time. So usually these take so long that this is why they never come to fruition here in the north. And they also are considered a tropical plant, so you got to make sure that you have enough heat to keep them going. They will continue to produce as long as your greenhouse is about 80 degrees or maybe even higher. I know sometimes my greenhouse was hitting 95 in there. So these plants really enjoyed it. And I had a very successful sweet potato crop, and it was pretty good considering I had never grown sweet potatoes until I started making videos for you guys for those sweet potatoes in the greenhouse. So go in the store, buy yourself a couple of potatoes, throw them in some water or throw them in some dirt, and see if you can grow them. Now, if you have heat, outside, I don't necessarily have the heat that some of the states do, but if you do have that kind of heat, why not try growing them yourself? It's just as simple as just basically just taking your potato and leaving it in the water, letting it grow roots, and then pretty soon you'll just see the slips starting to come off of it, and you twist them off and you put them in their own jar of water because they will also bring roots down into the water. Thanks for joining me today, guys. If you have any questions, please pop the question below. How about a thumbs up or hey, subscribe. See you soon.